Oh, I think we're live. Oh yes, it was saying my connection wasn't working. Hi guys, how's everyone doing? Morgan Steele here, coming to you from my home. I'm just gonna, before people pop on, I'm just gonna share this quickly. We've got a really cool topic for you today, something very personal that I think will help a lot of women and men out there who are going through something. So I've kind of overcome something and I wanna share that. So just give me a second, I'm just gonna share this on my business page. Let me do that now quickly. For those of you guys popping on, say who you are, say where you're from. I'm just sharing something on my business page, so I'll just be 1 second. Just be one second. This is going to be, I'm going to share something with you that if those of you who watched my live yesterday, I don't know if you did or not, but I'm really sorry, but my phone just completely cut out. Hey Noreen, hugs from Florida. Hi. My phone, I didn't update my iPhone, so I hadn't updated my my settings on my iPhone. You know how there's updates, and my phone cut out like midway through. Well, not midway. I'd done quite a lot of talking, so it's probably enough actually. So I'm just sharing this now. Hang on. Oh, and it's telling me I can't share. Okay, flag that. I'm not going to do that anymore. Right, let's get down to it. Cool. So if you're jumping on, if you're watching the replay, just do hashtag replay so I know who's on, who's watching after, because I can never tell who watches my videos. And if you're coming on now and maybe we're not friends, I won't be able to see who it is. So yeah, just pop me a hello or a like or something so I can see all that. So, you know, like for those of you who have been following my little rants on Facebook about my children, the loves of my life, about them not sleeping through the night, we have had a breakthrough. So last night they slept through the entire night. You know, they're nearly 4 and they love to get out of their bed, so I just wanted to share that with you guys. They slept through the night, the entire night. I got a full, and I went to bed at 9 o'clock, so I got a full 8 hours sleep, 8 or 9 hours sleep. And then they didn't wake up till 7 a.m. So it's a huge breakthrough for me. I'm feeling really energized and energetic, and sleep is the key, guys. If you are tired or if you're feeling, you know, low in energy, maybe you just need some more sleep. And that's a huge lesson for me. It's about the sleep. It's about the sleep. Yeah, my daughter has a newborn. Yeah. So you're Noreen. So my mum went through probably what you're going through as grandparents. You probably, it's like you're redoing it, isn't it? I think my mum was, yeah, she went through the ringer as well, just like me when the twins were little, because she was so hands-on and so full-on with them, as I'm sure you are if you're living close enough to your daughter. I'm not sure how close you live. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so today what I want to share with you guys is, you know, I had a kinesiology session yesterday, which was awesome. It was really, really, really cool. And I uncovered something that I didn't really know. I kind of knew that there was something bubbling below the surface, but I didn't kind of piece the pieces together. And so if you're just jumping on now, you know, this video is about how to uncover that you've got something below the surface, because if you can kind of uncover this, and if you can kind of realize that something's below the surface, then it'll be easier for you to take action to kind of release that, so that it's not sabotaging you and holding you back. Yeah. So I went to this kinesiology session, and I'm going to share something like, it's pretty personal. I had a lot of anger. So, you know, the title of this video, you know, true story, my anger was running the show. It's exactly what was happening. So I had a lot of anger from a pent-up situation that happened a while ago, like a long time ago. And I didn't really realize, because what happens when you go through a situation is that you either deal with the emotions at the time, and for most people that doesn't usually happen. Most people suppress the emotions of that situation, especially if it's extremely traumatic. They will suppress it down subconsciously so they don't have to deal with it. The problem with doing that is that it will pop up in other situations in your life down the track. You can never get away from facing your emotions. You can never get away from facing that lesson and that, you know, really feeling into that and healing that. You can't get away from it, because if you push it down and pretend that it's all good and that it's all right and that, you know, it's just going to go away, it's actually going to come up in other areas. So that's what has happened with me. So I was finding, because I was going through this situation with my children, and maybe that's why I've been speaking about it so much, because I was going through this situation with my children, I was getting so angry, like so angry. Like I was getting up 4 times a night for nothing. Like they weren't even sick or anything. It was just because they felt like they wanted to get out of bed. And I was getting extremely, extremely angry. I've never felt so much anger coming up in me. And I didn't really act on it. I would maybe yell at them a little bit or do something, which I'm not proud of. But, you know, as mums and parents, you do sometimes tend to lose your shit when stuff's happening. So I was getting so angry, and it wasn't, they were just the trigger. So they weren't doing anything wrong, you know, my little children weren't doing anything wrong, but because of that anger that I had suppressed down in me, I was feeling super, super angry. So I went to this kinesiology session, and I was like, why am I so angry? You know, what's going on? You know, I'm not doing because you're tired. But what actually ended up being the case was that there was actually something in my past that I had suppressed down, and it was actually causing this anger to come out into another situation. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. If you're acting in a situation where it's kind of out of proportion to what's actually happening in your life, if it's out of proportion and you're knowing, hey, this, like, I'm really overreacting here, this actually isn't, it really isn't in proportion to what's happening, that's an indication for you to look within yourself and say, hey, what has been happening in the past, or what has happened where I've maybe suppressed this exact emotion and now it's trying to be released. Okay, so it's awesome. So I went to this kinesiology session, we worked through this stuff, and you know, the anger is gone. I don't have that anymore. Right now, I can, like today, I feel clear, I feel happy, I feel at peace with certain situations and certain things, and I don't have that anger that I had before. Okay, so I guess the message I wanted to share today is that if you're in a situation where you're finding yourself to be really, really angry or really emotional, or really you've got this this real kind of sense of, I'm overreacting to something in my life, I challenge you, and I suggest, and it's completely your decision, and you know, nobody can tell you how to heal your own life because it's completely individual and everybody does it in their own way. But I challenge you to look within yourself and say, you know, like I did for myself. So I was overreacting to my children. I was it was out of proportion, you know, the way that I was feeling inside, the anger I was feeling inside for having to get up 4 times a night was out of proportion to the situation. Okay, so it wasn't really appropriate, and looking back, and I'm not proud of that, but I've forgiven myself for that, and I know that it was just the trigger for me to release my anger. So then I went to this kinesiology session, and I dealt with, I mean, this lady I worked with is brilliant. She's a total, complete and utter expert. And if you need her details, you know, give me a private message. I'm happy to do that. She lives in Australia, and we released this thing, and yeah, it's released the wound. And today with my children, I'm feeling a different energy. It's a different, complete and different energy. So it's really, really cool. So if you're just joining us now, say, oh hey Elaine, Pamisha, hi. If you guys are just joining now, and you're, you know, interested in this stuff, hey Cherie, nice to see you. Haven't seen you for ages. If you know, go back and watch the beginning, because it's a whole, you know, if you're feeling angry and you're feeling some emotion that you just can't get rid of, this video will kind of explain my situation and how I felt something, and how I took some action, and how it's actually been cleared now. Okay, so just before we go, I found this little poem, or it's a little quote in a book, and I really, really like to read it to you. So I'm going to read it out to you, and it's about our path, and it's about how our life goes up and down, and how it's nothing to be afraid of and nothing to be concerned about, and that if you can understand this, that we go up and down with our growth and with our learning, and we have happy times and sad times, and really, really ecstatically joyful times, and then really, really down times, and it's just like a big spiral that goes round and round as we go through our life. If we can understand that, then it makes the harder times a lot more easy to deal with, because you can see the pattern. Okay, so this is the quote. It's by Christine Zambuca, and it says this: "We are all on a spiritual path. Sorry, a spiral path. We are all on a spiral path. No growth takes place in a straight line. There will be setbacks along the way, there will be shadows, but they will be balanced by patches of light and fountains of joy as we grow and progress. Awareness of the pattern is all you need to sustain you along the way." So the awareness, so that's what I'm talking about. So if you can understand that you're, if you've gone through, hey Francis, nice to see you. If you can understand that that's how life works, and it's ups and it's downs, and it's going to get better and it's going to get worse, and it's going to go like this for your entire life, because otherwise you wouldn't be growing, and that's what we're here to do. We're here to spiritually evolve and grow. So challenges come into our life so that we can actually learn things, learn lessons, release things, so that we can evolve and higher our vibration to a higher level. If you can understand that, then when you do come up against a challenge in your life, and it makes you feel awful, and it puts you into a real slump and makes you feel depressed for a period of time, you can still hold that hope that, you know, this is all meant to be, and it's all in perfect divine timing. I'm healing this part of me that needs to be healed, so that I can ascend to a greater level. So that's the way that I live my life. That's the philosophy I live by. So it's not always going to be joyful, and as a spiritual being having a human experience, we're in this real dense 3D reality where we are experiencing a lot of low vibrational energies. It's just how it is, and it's what we planned on doing. Okay, it's what we came down here to do. So you can't get away from it. All you can do is heal parts within yourself, so that you can raise up and come into a higher vibration, into a vibration of love, really, because it is the highest vibration. So I'm going to leave it there, guys, and have a beautiful day. It's a beautiful sunny day here today, and yeah, I'll see you on the next video. And if you're watching the replay, just do #replay so that I can see who is watching. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Bye.